This man DC, you rocking with PetTeaBlog.com. I can't be on the petty blog.
So let's get into it. Joe Budden is in a hot seat and is being accused of making the workplace of his podcast extremely uncomfortable. But in this case, it's for his DJ at the time, Olivia Dope, who he hired as one of the co-hosts for one of his shows on his network. And even though she's just a DJ and says that she is used to the ones and twos and not speaking much, she took on a challenge, and one day Joe was speaking too much. So she just decided to expose him about an event in particular that took place 3 months ago to lift some weight off of her shoulders. He did a pop-in on one of their shows, and from her perspective, things went left, so she quit. She revealed that she continuously had to deal with him making references to wanting to smash her, to the point that they had to edit these references out of their released versions of the show, and said that a lot of the instances were unbeknownst to her up until she watched the reruns. And in one instance in particular, she said that everything after this point became uncomfortable, which is basically the point of him saying that she don't hit him up enough or ever outside of work like the other two, and as her boss, he wanted them to be closer, to which she said that she loves it that way because she's more of an observer and doesn't need any tight-knit relationships with folks like that. And that's just me paraphrasing.
Joe calls me out saying I've never reached out to him privately or personally.
Olivia has never reached out to me privately or personally.
It proves my lack of familiarity with this person.
And she also noticed that he was moving his hips while he was hugging her, while she was giving an on-air hug that he asked for, that she decided to give him, which is one of the many awkward times for her during her time with him.
Give an on-air hug to lighten the mood, because he says Olivia is unique because I want to fuck Olivia, and I slowly get up to hug him. Still apprehensive, I give him a hug somewhat of a distance to kind of hug, no pelvis there. He was moving his hips while he was hugging me.
So y'all know I had to go play Inspector Gadget and find this clip for y'all, right? Here is the clip of him moving his hips like a hula hoop.
Can I go get an on-air hug from Olivia?
Yes. Y'all need to talk more. Come on, Network 5. Look at this family. Look at this family affair. I love it. I love the choice of music on the way.
And get this, at the end of it, she even said that it's uncomfortable.
I don't know what else to do at that point. I laugh uncomfortably. I grab the microphone and I say, this is uncomfortable.
We love y'all. We love to hate.
So she felt it to be important to speak up when somebody crosses a boundary, because the footage of him crossing it is there forever. And wow, in doing this story, we realized that Joe is also admittedly verbally abusive to the women on set, constantly telling them that they ain't shit.
Constantly telling y'all how y'all not shit. So,
every week. We're trash every week. I just want y'all to know.
Wow. And Olivia looked so uncomfortable as Joe called her attire auntie wear because she wasn't exposing any body parts.
My shirt that I'm wearing isn't buttoned like I'm single.
Olivia auntie moments.
And the other two co-hosts definitely checked him on his behavior, okay?
Sitting here creating the narrative, being gotta dress a certain way to be sexy is bullshit.
Who the fuck
You did. That is exactly what you just
I never said anyone.
This is the problem, and I listen to your show, so you do this a fucking lot. You absolutely say something, and when you're checked on it, you double down like, those were not my exact words. What you just sat here, called us aunties,
I said y'all ugly.
See, this is some bullshit too.
And although a lot of people are supportive of her coming out with this story, a lot of folks feel like she's exaggerating because they feel like she described a man and not someone who sexually harassed her, invalidating her experience. Now, keep in mind that she said that this gave her many sleepless nights and gave her embarrassment as well, and that those moments of that hug and the uncomfortability of it is what led her to quit. She's also lawyered up.
It also forced me in the decision of quitting. Joe says he's been wanting to fuck me since we've met. I am mortified. That scene was cut out. Joe tells me to hit a button, bitch, because I didn't hit a sound effect fast enough. Joe makes a comment. He thought we were going to be a network power couple. Once again, I'm trying to laugh all of this off. And he would probably ask, well, if you know the history of Joe Budden, well, why would you sign on to do something like that? Let me tell you right now, if you're going to work and your intention is just to go in and do your job, it should be just that. I had to have a heart-to-heart conversation with the child I gave birth to, because she can find it on the internet, her friends, her teachers can find finding on the internet, say, look, it's your mother.
Now, since we're here, Joe has also been in the hot seat for his other podcast for firing his longtime co-host live on air while they weren't even there, Rory and Mal. And it's because they feel like they were being mistreated and Joe's ego, so they weren't showing up anyway for a couple of days. So Joe got on his Trump shit and gave them the boot as if they didn't mean nothing to the show. And the reason why he fired them is because they want more.
He feels like he's entitled to more. Mal, Rory, from this point forward, you are fired and you're not welcome back.
But get this, then Joe gets mad that the two of them are about to start their own podcast. Like, what? How'd that work? You fired them because you ain't paying them what they feel like they deserve, and then you get mad that they're moving on and gonna get it on their own? Wow. And then he's trying to stipulate it as a breach of contract and said that you're gonna sue them? Wow. Joe Budden did apologize for the way that he went about it, but speaking of contracts, he's being accused of hiding the books from them, and for those who don't know what that means, he's hiding big money from his co-host, and that's what the firing stems from. Then balance sheets ain't adding up. And as you can see, Mal is shading Joe in his stories. He got the 3 money bags on top, and it says, toxic people will do you dirty, then try to convince people it's you. Followed by Rory and Mal. And on his page, he captioned this post, the lies allowed, the truth is quiet, and here's the post.
Every time we asked for accounting, it was a problem. You don't want to show us the real numbers from the deals and all of this other shit.
Well, Joe, they're not playing about their money now, are they?
They were very honest about everything that they've been saying to me behind the scenes.
They had a contract to get a certain percentage of the show, and every time they asked Joe for the books to ensure that they're getting paid properly, Joe gave them the runaround every single time. And after being called out about it, Joe actually now admits that there was a $400,000 accounting error over the past 2 years, which wasn't instantly realized.
My brothers are in pain. I would be in pain too if I felt like my man stole $400,000. No accountant made a $400,000 mistake. $400,000, man. If these brothers just took 2 seconds to stop thinking Joe was a bad guy and just looked at the 5 years of accounting that was sent over, man. You don't have to call your brother a thief. You don't have to say that your brother's a liar. You don't have to accuse your brother of things. You don't have to insult the music career.
I'm living every day like a hustle. Another day, another struggle, yo.
I've been in some of these cities when you were a rapper, Joe. This many people weren't showing up for you.
That doesn't have to happen, man. You could just look at the accounting. Such a simple thing.
Said that he could get both them for the price of half of one of us.
That's what he wants. He doesn't want to have to pay the money that he would have to pay.
And he no longer plans to sue them because that in itself is a breach of contract too, so most likely he wouldn't have the grounds to sue them anyway. Judge Judy would have threw that case right out the window from the very second they walked in that courtroom.
I tried to tell my brothers it was just a lot of information that they missed. No accountant made a $400,000 mistake, man. Wow. My guys, though, I love them.
And Joe, how you gonna say that these two are like your brothers, but you leaving them off for bad and bougie like that? Let me stop. But y'all know I wouldn't be me if I didn't get a little comical, just a little bit. But seriously though, Joe is in some ish right now, and some feel like Olivia Dope is only feeling comfortable to speak up, being as though he's in the middle of the Mal and Rory thing, making it easier to be a me too.
Let's hold hands and walk to these millions, Joe. I'm your friendship.
I know it's fucked up what a lack of cake could do. You wish you could help them all. You ain't able to.
Instinctuality that you have as a black woman in the workplace should be put to the side just a little bit. You're working with a black man.
I don't care if only the track trust me. Fuck what niggas say, only God could judge me.
But what do y'all think overall about these situations? We want to know, so leave your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more. And don't forget to hit that bell to join the notification gang. PetTeaBlog.com signing out.
PetTeaBlog.com.
You still there? Yeah, you. Since you are still here, be sure to shop at www.talkyoshirt.com for some dope unisex shirts like Fake It Till You Make It, Ignore the Ignorant, I'm Coming for Everything They Said I Couldn't Have, All Black Lives Matter, and fuck Corona, cause it's fuck Corona, you heard? Oh, and don't forget to wear your masks. That's very important. These shirts do come with a free mask.